improvisation templates. What are they? Why have I developed them? What do I use them for? Why should you be doing them? Well, first of all, the thing about improvising is, of course, we can't actually rehearse improvisation, as it were. So, the question is always, what can we rehearse? What can we do? Well, we can rehearse composing. I say this a lot. We can rehearse composing short phrases or even long phrases and making connections over the chord changes. Those are the important things. So we can rehearse creating short phrases, long phrases, making connections. And what this webinar is about joining elements, joining components like scales, like chords, broken chords, like connections. The things you'll see on screen, I'll elaborate on. As you can see on screen, green means scale. They'll go either up or down. We'll talk about that. Same with chord. Chord is blue. They'll go up and down. Connections as well in red. So all the notes, the important notes, are color-coded. Let's get straight into some templates. So what I've done is created a load of templates over 251. And the important thing, this is where people go wrong with improv practice. They go idea after idea after idea and just keep throwing away good ideas instead of developing them. And when you learn to develop them, what happens is that you start speaking the language of jazz. You start elaborating on phrases. You start making them grow. You start making connections. You get a load of ways to connect from one chord to the other, even if there are not enough notes to get you there, all that kind of thing. That's really what today is about. So let's take a look at the first one. This is 251 in F, as you can see, G minor 7, C7, G minor 7, C7, F major 7. And what's going on? Well, we've got scale down, chord up. See, there's a chord up. Why am I saying chord up? Because in the F major scale, we should be able to take all of these chords and play them up or down. That's chord 2, chord 3, etc. Chord 4, chord 5. So if I land on a note, let's say if I land here and want to go up a chord, these are the alternate notes in the key of F. So they build a chord. In fact, that is the first template. Let's just have a look at it. Okay, pretty easy. Scale down, chord up, and the exit. The exit, I'm trying to make it an F major 7 note. C is an F major 7 note. So now let's see what happens if I start on another scale point. So it doesn't have to be a chord note that I begin on. The most important thing is that you come out on an F major 7 note that works. 1, 3, 5, 7 of F major 7, the chord notes, sometimes a 9. Those are good exit notes. The exit notes are just in black, right? So let's take the same template starting from a different point. So here's scale down, chord up, and exit. So let's see where this one begins and what it does. So this time, I had an extra note. Because if I wouldn't have put that B in, which is not in the F major scale, we're using the F major scale because we're playing 251 in F. If I didn't have that B there, it would be okay, but I wanted to come out on a chord note that time, so I put in the extra note. That B flat is the note I wanted to come out on. And then on the 9 of F major, okay? Okay, let's see the next one. How is the tech going over there? You guys are really quiet. Next up, I'm going to say, well, what happens? Blue is chord again. If I go chord up for half a bar, scale down. So you can see I've got G minor 7 for half a bar, C7 for half a bar. So I'm taking chord up, scale down. Let's see what that sounds like. Pretty straightforward. What have we got? Chord up, broken chord, the second chord of F major, G minor 7, down the scale. And it naturally brought me out to an F major note. So now, I don't want to just throw it away. I want to start on the next point, or a point in the F major scale that's different. So I started upper point, started on A for this one. Let's see what it sounds like. Now that's a good example because look what happens. By the way, you can be playing G minor 7. It doesn't matter if you start on this A and go up this A minor 7 chord in F. That's fine. Josh, when you talk about arpeggiating the chord, we could also do the same thing on the voicing of the chord. Yeah, say G6 over C major 7. Absolutely. Yes. Josh. Good point. So this is A minor 7, even though it's over G. Down the scale, extra note to bring me out on an F major note, right? So it doesn't matter if you start on a chord that seems like it won't work on G minor 7, as long as you come out right. You just get more tension release, so it doesn't matter, right? Okay, so let's see if I wanted to do that starting on another point, chord up, scale down. Let's see, let's choose D as my starting note. See how many phrases I've got from just one template. Tons of them. And that's the point. There's no point having good ideas, throwing them away and not developing them. What you want to do is have an idea and find a different way of playing the same thing, because we don't know what's going to happen in live playing. We don't know if the tempo is going to be too quick, somebody counted it in too fast, if it's a piano that we're not used to playing and it's really heavy, if there's a drunk woman right next to you, which has happened to me, and you just don't know what's going to happen. If the promoter's going to be argumentative when you get there. And even if you're playing for yourself, you don't know what's going to happen anywhere and how you're going to react. The only thing that you can know is that you have practiced a ton of ways that when you begin on a certain note, you can get out of it. That's what this is about, okay? So, let's see another one. We've got so many of these. Okay, so we've got blue, which means chord. So the chord's going up, scale's coming down, and then a chord up. So why do we have more components in this one? Well, we've got more components because the 2-5, did you notice, spans over a longer period of time? The 2-5 is not in the same bar anymore. They're in two separate bars, 2 for a bar, 5 for a bar. So let's see how this one works. Okay, one more time, and I'm going to slow it down. Well, let's just go back. There it is. We've got a chord up, scale all the way down, and we've got a chord up and an exit. So let's dig into that. Even though it's G minor 7, doesn't mean I can't play an E there. I think people sit there going like that, and then they come to lessons. Is that one okay? Is it a mistake? Yeah, you've just got to kind of stay out of your own way a bit and just make it work, Okay, now the last chord up is a diminished. That D flat diminished or C sharp diminished. Why? Because that fits over C7. Those people who know, we play these over a C7 all the time. So we've got chord up, scale down, and even the F, people would think, oh, you don't play F on a C7. You can. So if you're playing like this sort of thing, fine, 2-5-1, right? Okay, let's see what we can do with it next. Right, now we have, maybe I didn't color all the other connections in red, I'll look at that. But here we started on the G, down the scale. Now why did I put in that red note? Because that allowed me to go up the diminished from here. Okay, which is the same thing I did last time on that template, upper diminished at the end. So once more. Okay, and at speed. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. Okay, let's take that same one from a different point. For example, I'm going to take it from, I don't know, let's take it from F. So chord up, down the scale, up the diminished, and exit on an F major 7 note. You know, these are things that all of you can do really, as long as you know a basic scale and 2-5-1s and things like that. I think where people get stuck is that they expect it to pay back. They expect that because they're doing it, they should be able to improvise or something is wrong. I would say that I doubt anybody really knows what happens between doing exercises and building phrases like this and actually improvisation taking care of itself. For everyone I know, it just takes care of itself if you do enough work. This is the work. That's the same thing from the G, right? Up the G minor. The extra note to allow me to go up that diminished. Okay, so let's say if I started it on a point that's not written here. Let's say if I started it on B flat. Up the 4-note chord, down the scale. Extra note that allowed me to get to the diminished, that extra note, right? So up a 4-note chord. Came out on the 6th of F, made it an F6 chord. Fine. Okay, hopefully you're following.